What's good, YouTube? And welcome to This Guy Saying the Line. Absolutely do not shop pre-sales on TCG Player. I don't want to hear about, oh, this card's going crazy on TCG. Somebody spent this much. Yeah, it's absolutely diabolical somebody spent $50 on Diabellstar. It's disgusting, if anything, when pre-sellers over here like Gamer's Choice, I know they're sponsors, have it up for $10. There's so little incentive for people to undercut each other when actual sales are happening like this by people that don't know better and go, I have to have it, or even worse, potentially people trying to rig the system to look like their sales, taking just the fees and trying to get people to stampede at these absolutely horrific prices. I really hope somebody didn't spend their money like that, but in all likelihood, that might be what happened. Gamer's Choice did do a restock. If you missed it, some things have already resold out. Code What'sGood5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly works over here. And Tier 0 should be restocking either sometime tonight. I know they were trying to rush before I filmed, or hopefully tomorrow, so just keep up with them as well if you're looking for some of the cards that did sell out. Again, whenever you're going pre-sales or anywhere through the market, really, you're gambling versus the timing of a card getting bought out or going up or down. But this isn't a gamble. This is just absolutely disgusting. Let's go ahead and talk about Memento taking another YCS and why you shouldn't always rush straight into hype. It's taking down its second event, but you can see the initial hype really started to push up these quarter-century secret rares that were brand new, and they've slowly actually come back down a little, even though it's getting multiple results. Bone Party also is doing the same. You can see here, if we actually zoom in a little more, how it was trickling on up and came back down just a bit. Now, it's not the biggest drop in the world. It's about $1 on both. But when you go into the hype beast modes, that can happen. And speaking of, the Malice collector rares are going so crazy. I don't know anything that could be causing this besides that people really love the max rarity in WCQ season, and I don't think it's justified to the amount that it's happening, like Malice Q Hearts going to 200, and then you have Chessy Cat on buyout mode, you have White Binder on buyout mode. Yet when we go and look at the easy access versions, Malice and Underground is half of what it used to go to. This used to be a $40 card, and Malice P White Rabbit is $25 when this used to be as expensive as $48. So the I just want access to these cards, they're right there going down in price, yet the top end of this is going crazy and rabid. It could be like a Live Twin situation where maxed out rarity of the decks hold really well. People hope and cling on to that future support that it's going to take it next level, which we do have updates to the deck. I feel like with this, though, this is really out of proportion, at least right now, versus the hype. We also have I'm SETI going, which I heard mixed a little bit with other decks, like as the engine does. This is going down in quantities and up in prices. One of those cards that missed getting in the, rarity collection, even though it already had a quarter-century secret rare, so it was a least likely candidate. They could have still put it in the pool, but they didn't. I feel like this one is getting a bit too hyped. I suggested it a while back as a Master Duel fan favorite that people really like the engine of, that still could do it big depending on lists. But here we go. It's going past my expectations for sure. I thought maybe 25 was the max, and it's into the 30s and headed to the 30s for the 10s also. All Mirage Secret Rare is going crazy as Cyberse Good Stuff gets looked up. It doesn't have any higher rarity, somehow missed getting a quarter-century secret rare. The only other holo really is Dual Overload, and then you're stuck with gold letter rares, and commons. So yeah, the secret rare is the nicest looking version, but it's been bought out towards $30 freaking dollars. The lowest is $35, and somebody actually spent some money in that range. Two people mayhaps, even a light freaking play. So be aware that this secret rare is absolutely wild. I would gladly settle for the ultra rare if I wanted a holo. Cyberse Wicked never got a reprint. I didn't know that, and is now a $2 common. Kudos to the Discord for catching this one. I had zero clue. This used to be popular in a lot of Cyberse piles, and you can see it had been chilling just under $1, which is still more than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a quarter or something, and here it is up towards there. I just haven't checked in on it in a very long time, and it's pretty consistently risen as of late. Lancia, but not the hand trap, the Ice Dragon. It's, I guess, Ice Mountain, but I always associate it with ice barriers due to the effect. It is getting bought out for both versions. The QCR, you can see, has been going up and is now 65, and the I Just Want Access version only has 10 listings and is absolutely skyrocketing, almost $20. This is in Mermail decks as they adapt their extra deck, and also to be able to play with it is General Ryo, which you can see is getting buyouts on multiple versions and going way down in quantities on some of them. Like even the dual terminal out of Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 just had a buyout. This card is very interesting. It reads, when an effect resolves that was activated by your opponent's effect monster on the field, they can discard one card. If not, that effect is negated. So this is able to pop out thanks to Lancia, and then you're able to really up the cost of what your opponent has to pay in order to play. Yeah, the Striker anime came out, and the Striker stuff was already getting bought out, and here goes the double down buyouts into the hype. I wouldn't think this would get bought out this soon. I said, yeah, when the support actually gets here down the line, it'll be interesting to see what happens. No, the Striker anime caused people to go crazy, despite the overall reaction being negative towards it. I want to talk real quick about that. I personally expected shorts, similar to Pokemon shorts, that can range from 3 minutes to 12 minutes. A lot more people expected 12 minutes, and everybody's in an uproar about it. I had fun with it. I've been looking forward to content like this, and I'd give it like a passable grade, 7.5 out of 10. The animation could have been better, but everyone's super sour grapes on it, yet the market is moving directly on it as well. Look at all these sales above $100 on this card, including with the anime being announced. So we do have proof, by the way. There's going to be knee-jerk reactions to the anime. Only a couple left at 130 before it's towards 200. Engage also down towards 8 listings now, and you can see people did buy into it through the anime when you could have bought it a little bit cheaper, but the biggest buyout by far is the Alter Art Shizuku, and it was already going up, but now 85 lowest, and you could have bought it as low as $40 yesterday, and somebody even spent up to 68, and you can see a lot of $60 sales already had been happening, so completely wiped off the market for now in terms of a sane price. But then again, Max Rarity Striker, is it the new Max Rarity hero? I don't know. Orcust Harpor bringing back TOS format conversations together. This is up towards 200, and check out the sales. They're getting $200 sales at this point. That's wild to me. I know that it does have support on the horizon with Battles of Legend right before the WCQ. It has seen some OCG success, so this is just crazy to see the price tag on, in my opinion, and Orcust in general is looking somewhat strong, actually. Branded Fusion for Quarter Century Secret Rare as QCRs really go hype. Look at all the sales at 145. There's like almost 10 of them. It's crazy. And there's only one left, well, one listing left, 2 copies, before it's up towards 175 and then completely off the market. I don't understand the rush towards these. I'm a huge Branded fan. I enjoy the lore casually. I like the gameplay and watching it. And I even bought some of the sleeves from the OCG. This is mind-blowing to me to watch. We have Golden Cloud Beast Malong. I know a lot of people are gonna make Malong jokes on you, so be prepared for that. Now you know, kind of like the Ligma stuff. But this holographic has spiked really hard, and just be aware it's going on up because it's an Ultimate Slayer target, and there's only 17 listings now. And by really hard, it's still only a couple bucks. But the common is pretty much bulk still, even though it's a card you could be playing, so you can still get easy access to this, just not in foil. Primite Drill Beam, if you would just want access to it though, has spiked back up towards $8 to $9 and is getting a bit of hype as the piece that's not necessarily going to be reprinted or named to be reprinted yet. So be aware that this card is going up in price. Christia Quarter Century Secret Rare is one that a lot of people speculated on, and it kind of flopped at first versus those expectations. You might recall that it actually pre-sold towards triple digits, I think 100, 110, and then fell flat on its face, and now is spiking back up to those pre-sale ranges at 114, and even has a couple of sales recently in the range, but most sold out at 70, but then 85 and 115. People are starting to pay a little bit on it. That is super interesting to me because that could be a forced buyout, but it could also be people reacting after and going, oh, I should have got mine sooner, and getting mad with themselves. It's so hard to tell with these kind of things what is forced and what is people actually shopping with FOMO with how crazy Quarter Century Secret Rares feel like they're going right now. Live Twin Sunny Snitch is going way up for its super rare. You still have an easy access common, but it is from the tins and it is starting to disappear. So if you just want access to that Live Twin stuff, you might want to get that sooner than later using that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying. But the super rare has left the station and it is now lowest $7 with a ton of sales up there in the 6s. We also have Live Twin Kissy Killfrost. I don't know. This one's a bit much for me. Ultra rares are lowest 15 with 4 listings. You have a super rare, still holographic, around a quarter. This kind of mid-max, even though it's OG, is a bit weird champ to me. Back in my day, when you still had another holographic version, a lot more people would settle for that super rare. But I do know that a lot of the cards come in Ultra, so this ends up matching a little bit better, mayhaps. I would gladly pay a quarter for the super rather than, you know, even $10 for this ultra rare. It's a bit much for me on this hype train. Alley of Justice Cycle Reader is going for every single version. I do believe it had a recent success with Dinka, and it did, actually get memed pretty hard on Twitter as well. So be aware that this hand trap even went to mainstream memes and got a lot of attention and has been going off of the market once again. Lunalight Fusion has an easy access common, but if you want the holographic with good Lunalight Muse support, it is completely on buyout mode. 4 listings on the market here. Same with Lunalight Serenade Dance. It is up towards $15, 7 listings. You do have another common. For now, Legendary Duel Season 2 did not sell the best, didn't get ripped open the most. It eventually did go up in price, but then fell back down. So these commons won't repopulate the easiest. You might want to get those sooner than later if you're thinking of playing the deck. Kashtira Unicorn is back up towards $15 for both listings. We already covered Fenrir here on the channel. Here's follow-up. Unicorn is also going. When I had looked, it hadn't exactly spiked yet. I think it was like 8, 9, and I haven't checked in a little bit, so yeah, you can see here it was 6, and it's really gone up over this last week. Substitute QCR has really spiked up over time. This is one that I've forgotten to check back in on, and it's around $40 now, and it's actually getting sales in that range very consistently. And then finally, Chaos Angel, for all of its versions, have spiked up really, really hard and are low on listings as one of those cards that have missed misprints. Remember, Battles of Legend is still a reprint set at its core, and will have some reprints before the WCQ is here. So if you need things for regional season, completely understandable. You're buying in now, you're trying to get your invite, that kind of stuff. But if you're prepping for the WCQ itself, you might want to wait to see what's in Battles of Legend versus starting to buy into hype prices. Now, if things miss that set too, they could absolutely mega spike. So you are gambling, once again, on your timing. Do I secure it now? Do I shop with FOMO? Do I wait and see? If you're going to the WCQ, I personally would wait and see what's in there and also hope some of these buyouts cool out a little, but there could be double down, triple down buyouts depending on the format. I think there's one YCS between us and the WCQ as well, so we'll have to wait and see how that impacts things. But yeah, it's getting out of hand with the meta prices. Usually they all heat up in February and fall back, get a couple specific buyouts. This year, it feels like everything's just going so strong into the season and spiking up in price. It's kind of crazy to watch how popular certain Yu-Gi-Oh cards have gotten, along with that FOMO of, oh, they missed a reprint, must be pretty safe, when other reprint sets are around the corner. And finally, now I'll get to the merch at the very end for once. I just wanted to point out that this has a mirror force. This is the Figuarts, which goes along with Monster Arts, which has a lot of Godzilla figures, but recently has like Blue Eyes, Dark Magician, Red Eyes. Now Yugi is coming. I don't like humanoid figures with the joints like this. It just really bothers me. But if anybody gets this and wants to help Papa John out with that mirror force, I'll buy it from you. Just the mirror force, if you end up letting it go. It's such an amazing addition to the figure. And a lot of people are saying it's selling them on it alone. I want only the mirror force. It's so cool to see it physically. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And let me know what you think of everything going on between terrible pre-sales that I wish a superhero would come in and fix and honestly make some money on. Think about it. If you're a pre-seller and you're able to sell into pre-sales and you know you're going to be listing, I'd love to see a hero step up over here, but I definitely understand people having their own platform and not taking those extra fees and that kind of stuff. I just hate to see the stupid money spent on this screen. I really do.